Again, we had commemorated Africa Youth Day. This was again held in November of 2019. Every year we have the Africa Youth Day, but we also have the International Youth Day. These are 2 days celebrated. In August, we celebrate International Youth Day, but in November, we also celebrate Africa Youth Day, and this was also celebrated in 2019. Youth reflection on peace and security in the Gambia. This was held in Nana in October. Again, with the support of the UNFPA through the peace building project, we organized this reflection with our young people on peace and security in the Gambia. Again, we also had a draft youth review on the draft CRC constitution. This was held at the football house in Yundum. After the CRC submitted their draft, actually, before the draft, we submitted a youth position paper to the CRC. So when the draft was out, we engaged a legal consultant who was able to help us interpret the draft, but also see if our views have been reflected in that draft. So during that consultation, we also, submitted a second paper to the CRC in terms of what our views were on the draft constitution. This was again submitted to the CRC. Youth caucus meeting on the security sector reform. Again, we participated fully in the security sector reform, and we had several engagements that we had with our young people with the view to really provide input on the security sector reform that is still ongoing. Again, with the support of the Peace Building Fund. Again, a youth reflection on migration management and governance. This was also with the support of UNFPA under the Peace Building Fund. So I think this, in summary, is includes some of the activities that we have done in 2019. In terms of challenges, we continue to be grappled with a lack of a permanent space as a council where we can use as an office. We are still renting, and we continue to be renting, and we thought it would be important that we have a permanent office, that a permanent structure that we can use as our office instead of continuing to rent. We also continue to have problems in terms of our annual subvention, which again what we have budgeted for in the year usually is even difficult for us to even get 50% of our approved budget every year. Again, our regional structures are also constrained. The NYC regional structures are constrained in terms of personnel and materials to be able to really better coordinate activities of young people in their regions. We have our regional structures, and they really need capacity to be able to help us coordinate activities that we do in the regions. Our recommendations will continue to really appeal to government to really provide us a structure that we can use as our office, but to also by extension house several of the youth organizations that we have. We think that will be quite helpful for them. Again, in terms of government to provide, the council will require financial support to be able to meet its activities and support its decentralized structures across the country. Most of the activities that we do, if you look at the report, they are more or less supported by our partners, as we are not able to really do much in terms of beyond paying salaries from the subvention and all admin costs. A lot of the activities we do have been with the support of, with the goodwill of our partners that we continue to engage, and we've been able to really implement a lot of activities. Regional structures need to be provided with the needed capacity, both material and human, to better coordinate the activities of young people in the regions. A lot of departments and institutions use our structures in the regions as a gateway to be able to reach out to young people in these regions. And we think it is therefore pertinent that they are really provided both in terms of material and human capacities to be able to coordinate what happened in these regions. On behalf of young people, in conclusion, on behalf of young people of the Gambia, the NYC wishes to thank the government to the President for continuing to really support and pushing the agenda of youth development in the country. despite our financial constraints, government has since 2017 significantly increased our annual subvention. We wish to thank our line ministry through the minister for its continued guidance and support over the past years. We also, to our esteemed partners and stakeholders, most notably our constituency, the young people, we will continue to cherish the partnership and the trust that we have built over the years, and we really want to continue assuring them that as a council, we will continue to deliver for them beyond expectation. I think in short and in summary, this is our 2019 activity report. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, I would like to add to what Edie just said in terms of challenges. It would be interesting for you to note that government has allocated a land to NYC over 2 years now, and up to now that land is not being developed. So we will be very, very much grateful if you can intervene and help us to build that land. It's opposite Yarambamba. We want to call it Youth House. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we move on to the presentation, the financial statement by the Finance Director.
Yes, thank you. That I will delegate the finance and admin manager to lead us in that report. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm presenting from page 10. Page 10 to 11.
Okay.
Thank you. Page 10 and 11 have the summary of the financial statement, and from pages 13 to 21 have the explanation to the financial statement. That's the notes to the accounts.
Give us the summaries, then in that, just give us the subtotals. Okay,
thank you. For the year 2019, we received a subvention of $8,177,806.99 bututs. We received from our partner UNFPA $14,530,762.06 bututs. Of course, that year we do not have anything for NECOF. That's the National Youth Conference and Festival. We equally receive from our partners, that is UNICEF, $20,395,380.64 bututs. From UNDP, we receive $4,809,987. CAS, we receive $1,692,50 bututs. ONOWAS, we received nothing for that year. And we have other government transfers, of course. That year we did not receive anything. From IOM, we received $1,743,905.88 bututs. From YEP, we received $1,300,061.45 bututs. Other funds, we were able to collect 1 million, not collect, because for this one, we sell some forms, and equally the youth organizations that we registered paid in their annual subscription. And when we do activities too, the amounts that we come back with, we pay them to the account and later on send it back to the partners. That put together was $1,046,995. So for the year 2019, our total income was $53,699,561.52 bututs. Then we move to the expenses. Our bank charges for the year was $17,929.29 bututs. Capacity building, $695,980. Cleaning costs, $11,455. Support to youth organizations, $904,720.60 bututs. Purchase of office equipment, $41,000. Stationaries, $60,025. Salaries, $2,598,323.17 bututs. Staff 1/6, $145,601.70. Program implementation, that has to, most of it was reported by the executive director, $41,599,959. Printing and publication, $136,675. Then you have vehicle maintenance. We were able to spend $271,403.56 bututs. Miscellaneous or office expenses, $108,945. Fuel, $180,000. Utilities, $78,800. Council meeting, $282,000. Traveling, $907,206.60 bututs. Office entertainment, $35,550. Rent was $270,000. Allowance to volunteers, $57,900. Communication, $501,401.56. Council inauguration, that year we did not have any council inauguration, and equally we did not have any neck of activity. Repair and maintenance of office equipment too, we did not spend on that. Postage and delivery, $5,500. And for that year, for the first time, the government was able to purchase a vehicle for the NYC, including some motorbikes from EF. That was at $3,312,000. Then you have the excess receipt over payments was $1,186.04. And then our opening cash book balances was $6,939,026.62. Our closing bank cash book balance for the year was $8,056,212.66. Thank you.
Thank you. Audit.
Honorable Chair and members, please refer to page 8, 3.01. We have audited the financial statement and related notes of the National Youth Council, which comprise of receipt and payment statement for the year ended 31st December 2019, and notes to the financial statement, including a summary of accounting policies and other explanatory information set out on pages 10 to 21. The opinion is on page 9, 3.05. In our opinion, the financial statement presents fairly, in all material respect, the financial performance of National Youth Council for the year ended 31st December 2019, in accordance with the International Public Sector Accounting Standard IPSAS on cash basis. Honorable Chair, I refer you to the management letter. There were only 2 issues noted during the period under review. Page 27. 3.1.1, known coding of payment vouchers. We noted that account codes to which the payment relates to was not written down on the face of the payment vouchers. Implication, it might lead to misclassification of expenditure lines without being noticed. Priority medium recommendation, management should ensure that payment vouchers are given account codes when payment vouchers are prepared. Page 28, difference between the figure of unpresented check in the financial statement and the bank reconciliation. Finding a review of the unpresented checks reveal differences between the figure on the financial statement and the actual figure. Details are shown in the table below. Implication, the unpresented checks figures has been overstated, and this will decrease the cash book balances stated in the reconciliation statement. Priority high recommendation, management should ensure that the correction is done as highlighted above. And on the follow-up on previous audit, all the prior year audit matters were implemented. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the auditor. Now we invite GPB to present its compliance report. The compliance report is? Okay. September. When it's done in September, and in turn they need to respond, hopefully can be finalized in September. Second week of October. We only have our committee next session in October. Second week of October seems to be late. For the submission. Fine, I think we will schedule them in October. Then submission will be done before the date to be scheduled for presentation. So let's look on to the first week of October for the completion and then submission. Okay? Let me give you the specific date of October, as we say, the first week of October. Let's say Monday on the 10th October.
Yes, noted.
Okay. Oh no, before that.
Okay.
So now we completed the presentation of the report for 2019. 2019. And then the conference report for this year will be coming in October. We now move to a presentation of the report for 2020.
As it was highlighted before, the accounts for 2020 are done. The Auditor General were to start the auditing sometime next week. God willing.
Auditor General.
Honorable Chair, the accounts for 2020 were submitted to our office in April of 2022. Sometime in May, we requested to start the audit, but we were told to begin the audit sometime end of May. And then we also advised them to ensure that they submit 2021, which they submitted on 27th of May 2022. So as we speak, the engagement letter is already been sent out. An entrance meeting was scheduled for this week. But again, they said they were supposed to appear to the National Assembly for us to push the audit to next week. So as we speak, the audit is scheduled to start proper next week for both 2020 and 2021.
When that is started next week, hopefully, how long will it take for you to complete?
Well, as per the plan, we hope to complete the audit, the fieldwork by mid of August. The planning and fieldwork by mid of August. So thereon we have to submit the draft, give them 2 weeks, and then once they respond, then we finalize the audit.
That means it will take you for the whole of August.
At least for the whole of August, yes.
Whole of August.
Yes, please.
Now, like in the case of National Youth Council or Sport Council, can we give them 8 September for the submission?
It may be possible, but also depending on circumstances around the credibility of the financial statements, if you like. Largely, our audits are dragged due to the reason of the financial statements are not in order. So there is a lot of back and forth. So it takes a lot of time. But yes, if they are consenting to that, we can submit the final report by the mid of September.
By the mid of September?
Yes, please.
Let's begin at 8th September for the meantime. Like in the case of the previous institutions that fell under the same category.
Fair enough. If largely it will depend on, as I said, and also the cooperation.
I think other institutions are also faced with the same situation, and that was managed. I think in that case, fairly enough, we give them 8 August or 8 September for submission.
All right, fine.
You have the whole of August, that back and forth.
No, in fact, as per our timeline, it's not. It doesn't get to there. I'm just saying. It also have to depend on the credibility of the financial statements. But yes, it's possible by 8th of September.
Executive Director, now we're giving you 8 August or 8 September for the submission of your activity and financial statements, and then the date for the presentation will be communicated to you later. Is that okay?
Yes, that's okay, Honorable Chair.
Thank you. Honorable colleagues, Jesus. That brings us to the end of the presentation for 2019, since we don't have anything for 2020. And National Sport Council is scheduled to reappear tomorrow for the consideration by midday for the 2019 reports that we have presented to the committee. Midday tomorrow is supposed to reappear for the consideration. I'm not sure whether you've also presented alongside with the hard copies, the soft copy of the reports. Yeah, you can endeavor to equally present the soft copies of the financial statements.
Let's wait audit to get the soft copy and submit.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Audit?
Just for the record, as we said before, we hardly say the soft copies of the reports.
For 2019?
But, I mean, not even for 2019. Normally what we advise them is to scan it and share it with the National Assembly, because we don't have signed copies, signed soft copies of the reports.
The scan type is, the scan one is accepted.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Then we will use what we have, scan it, and then send it as a soft copy.
That's okay.
Okay. Yes, I do.
Thank you very much. On that note, you are released to go for now. Then we expect to see you tomorrow midday for the consideration. Midday. Thank you.